if you are new to raising rabbits in the sense of litters, having litters born on your farm, it can be a little like unnerving when you see that most mother rabbits ignore their litter, or it might seem like they're ignoring it. And we're in this world that loves to make rabbits seem like dogs. They're the furthest thing from dogs. Okay? So whatever you might have pictured, the mama laying with her litter or staying close to it or, constantly monitoring it, that is not going to happen. Okay? So if you are new to raising litters, I want to set your mind at ease is that there are signs you can watch for to make sure she's checking on them and doing what she's supposed to. But it's a lot more of a hands-off approach than most animals do. Because most farm animals, they're hovering, they're keeping their babies close. Rabbits are the polar opposite, okay? As long as she's feeding her litter, really that's all you got to worry about, okay? Because this subject came up out of a DM conversation I had on the Facebook page where someone I don't think it was meant this way, but it was like, maybe people need to know this, is I hope she cares for her litter. Not a lot of caring going on with rabbits. They're instinctual, they're going to feed them, take care of them, yes, but they're not going to be monitoring them the way you would expect. Okay, so let's kind of back up a little bit and look at what do you usually see in the wild, right? So their mind is always on predators. How can we keep them from noticing us? How can we keep them from getting us, right? Because rabbits don't really have that much of a defense mechanism. Their hind legs are their weapons of defense. If they get caught, they might be able to kick their predator off, but otherwise running is their only chance of getting away. And so when a mama, domestic or otherwise, has a litter that she knows she's about ready to have litter, she will find a quiet place out of view that can blend in to what she has access to. So sometimes you'll just see them out in a field with a hole that's hidden under grass. So she'll have her babies in the hole. There'll be a little bit of fur in it. She feeds them and gets out of there. Because if a predator sees her, then they know that there's probably babies there or she'll be the target. And so this is what I think is also kind of interesting though with them is that if there is a predator nearby, the mama rabbit honestly tries to get the predator to follow her and get away from the litter. So she's still protecting them, just not in the way that is a hovering mindset and is not a babying mindset, which is kind of why I like it. It's a little bit more of my approach is where we protect them from afar and we, see how they're doing and get rid of the dangers, but then learn to teach them to stand up on their own 2 feet, right? And so that's the approach that mama rabbits take. And it's a little bit of tough love sometimes. And so your domestic rabbits are going to do the same. Now, they don't have as much, they can't run an entire field apart or away, but your domestic rabbit will come and feed them. You may see her do it, you may not. With my French Laps, they're super relaxed and honestly very far removed from the wild temperament or behavior. And so some of them will stay around when I'm still in the rabbitry and feed and not be bothered by it, especially the ones that have lived with me since, they were born here on the farm. So that's a little different. But when I was younger and I had Jersey Woolies was the first breed that I got started with, maybe once or twice did I ever see them in the nest box, much less stay in there and feed while I was there. A lot of times they'll hear you come in and leave. So if you have any breed that is slightly more energetic than a French Lop or even a mini Lop or a Holland Lop or something like that, the more closer to the wild, they're not going to likely stay in the nest while you're there. So that's why a lot of times I recommend people, if you catch your mama in a nest box, if what you're coming to do isn't that important, let her finish and go. She may or may not go back in and finish feeding. So if a baby kind of didn't get enough, it's going to have to survive until she comes back to feed again. So that's a lot of times why I try, especially if litters are abundant in this season, I will kind of just try and sneak in and see what they're doing and then leave if I see them feeding. And we won't interrupt them. If I wanted to check the litters to see how they were doing, if she's doing her thing, let them go. And then when she's done, you can do it. It's her job to make sure predators aren't around, or distract them and get them out if she thinks they are there. And so while maybe she knows you and you're familiar, to her, you are a potential threat to the litter, even if you are the caregiver. So don't take it personal, but also know that's how her brain is thinking. She's trying to protect that litter. So I want to give you some idea of what you should expect to see of her, assuming she's a normal, she'll let you see a little bit maybe, but she's not super trusting. So normally right before she starts to go into labor, most litters or most rabbits will start making their nest within 72 hours, maybe. Some of my girls, when they're almost in labor before they really nest anything serious. So if you don't see anything happening, don't get stressed out about it too much. Ideally, I like to see a little bit of fur pulled before the babies arrive, because if it's a cooler day, they need something to be covered. If it's below 65, below 70, they need a little bit of fur to stay alive for longer than like 30 minutes, okay? So there should be a little bit of fur. I have one doe though. She doesn't pull fur till the babies are here. And so she has to be a midsummer litter doe to have her babies. Regardless, she'll pull the fur, she'll have the babies in the nest box for the most part. This is where I check often, because she's not like a cat. She can't pick them up with her mouth and put them where she wants them. It's their instinct to crawl into where is warm. And so if the hole is in the corner of the nest box that she made, but oftentimes she has them in the middle of the nest box, you might have to be the one to put them in the hole. So don't be afraid of doing that. If you want your expensive hobby to stop taking from your living expenses and start paying you back, then the Profitable Rabbitry Playbook is my strategy and guidebook for how I run and operate a multiple 4-figure a year rabbitry on 15 rabbits or less. It goes over the business strategy, the herd management, the marketing strategies, the business decisions that you need to make in order to have a profitable hobby that you enjoy but pays you back at the same time, turning it into a business. So if that sounds like something you want to check out, the link is in the description. If they are just born and she's kind of like watching to see what you're doing and she's not sure if you're threatening a little bit, give her some food or some kind of treat to get her distracted to go away and let you put the babies where they need to be. Once they're there, it's not really an issue. She smells where they are in the box to find them. So, and then like she'll check in the middle of the fur. Like I've seen a lot of my girls stick their head down in the fur to see where the babies are. And that often will trigger them to come out and nurse if she's there for that. So when it comes to feeding, this is where it gets a little tricky. And I've got videos for you to watch really what the process looks like, or how to know if she's starving or the babies are starving or not. So I'll link to the ones that should be helpful with that below. But what you should see to know if they are being fed is when they're first born, they don't have a ton of a belly, but as long as they don't look like dehydrated or the belly is flat, within 24 hours, you want to see at least a little bit of some kind of pudge, if at all possible. It may not be exorbitant like some of these, but just enough to know that she fed them a little bit. And then usually within the 24 hours to the following 48, then you'll see more and more because her milk is starting to kick in. So that's going to be your best clue to know, is she taking care of them and not starving them or ignoring them completely, which is always a possibility when it comes to mamas raising babies and all of that. So just be aware that it's normal for you to never see them in the box at all. And then once the babies can get in and out, she's not going to be thrilled about it at all when they start getting out of the nest box. A lot of times they're kind of put off by it. And so baby rabbits should be done nursing by 3, completely off by 4 weeks for sure. A lot of mine start weaning around 2.5 weeks. And occasionally they'll get a sneak nurse at 3 to 4. I always have pellets available to them within that time so that they don't start starving because mom's trying to wean them, right? And so at that point, she might be trying to get away from them. She might be pushing them off because by 5 to 6 weeks, in her mind, they should be on their own, or mostly. And so a lot of times by 6 weeks, will pull mama out of the litter itself to give her some space, especially if she is stressing out, she's very high energy, because that's going to cause behavior that I don't want out of the litters. because I want good, easy to handle babies, right? So if you see her stress level, you can pull her by 5 to 6 weeks. I like to leave the litter mates together until the 8 weeks, if at all possible, because a lot of times I don't have the room to separate a whole litter, right? But once they get to that age, then just be mindful of potential fighting, things like that. Because I've had girls especially break skin at 9 weeks. So it's not impossible to start seeing fighting early because they're starting to separate and go their own way and develop dominance and things like that. So just be mindful of that. And then the last thing that I want to throw out there for behavior, at least, is don't be shocked if you hear her grumble at them or fuss at them or whatever. And if you get to that point, then you might need to consider removing her as well, especially if you're raising show animals, because one nipped ear can ruin the potential for showing, even if the animal is good quality. Okay? All right. And the last thing I want to just throw out there too is just be mindful of, if you're not sure what's right or wrong, just assume if it's a more of a natural animal behavior, it's probably fine. She's not a hovering mama type. You will have the oddballs. Trust me. I know there are the oddballs out there. The ones that are just kind of break the rules or the norm and be super, like, a lot of them like to be moms, but they still don't, hover over them all the time. They're still the type of, they like the job of raising babies, but they don't, a lot of them are not like in the group of the babies, waiting for them to climb all over them and just like that aspect of it. They're just a different species. So go into it with not what you've heard about dogs or what are similar to dogs. They are a hands-off, do the job of motherhood, but not what we might consider emotional side. Okay. So I hope this was helpful to clear up any misconceptions that are out there. And if you've got like a strange situation that maybe you're like, is this possible? Drop in the comments.